Shouts out to ArtBae. Shouts out to ArtBae. The other girls don't understand the things I do. They don't understand the dreams I pursue.
So my name is Vic Styles. I am a freelance life liver, which basically means I get paid to live my best life. To sum that up, I write, I talk about beauty, I blog about fashion. Yeah.
Peace.
So I'm from everywhere. My dad was in the military, so we moved around a lot every 2 or 3 years. I would say DC is home for the most part. That's where my family lives, and you know, we might have moved away, but then we would go back to DC. So I was born in Oklahoma, like literally have lived everywhere. I was born in Oklahoma, and then moved to DC, and then moved to Europe for 3.5 years. I lived in the Netherlands, maybe like an hour and a half south of Amsterdam. Moved back to DC for a year, moved to Ohio for 3 years, and then back to DC, but we kind of flipped around through DC, Maryland, and Virginia. So 2 years in Virginia, 2 years in DC, 2 years in Maryland. Then I went to college in Florida for a year, and then my parents moved to Alabama when I was 20, moved to Alabama with them, went to college there, and then moved to LA. I went to college in Alabama, which is where I really kind of honed in on this love for fashion. I had a manager, I was working at Express. I had a manager and she was like, you have a talent, you should be a stylist. And at this point, I had no idea what that was. So I started looking into it and I was like, you're right, I should be a stylist. So I dropped out of college and drove from Alabama to LA to interview for an internship. I interned for free for a very prestigious stylist, and her name was Taylor. She worked for Rachel Zoe, who had a show, and it was all of this like celebrity Hollywood glamour. And let me see, we styled for the Golden Globes and the Oscars and the Grammys, and just like these really extravagant things, and that was fun. But I got tired of styling white A-list actresses and wanted to I guess work with Black people. And so I met April and I was like, yo, can you hire me? And she was like, I'm gonna give you a chance for a week. And I blew it out the water. Like I just did so good. She was like, okay, I'm gonna hire you. So I assisted her. And you know, April's been doing this for maybe like 20 years or so. And at the time, Big Sean wasn't really Big Sean. This was like 2010, 2011, like very early on in the career. The budget just really wasn't there. And so she had to go to Jamaica for Santi Gold, who's another artist, to style her. And Sean had the Ass video, the BET Hip Hop Awards, and was starting tour. And she was like, well, I can't be there and the budget's really not that great anyway, so you go. And she was also styling Roscoe Dash at the time. So I styled Sean and Roscoe for the Hip Hop Awards, and then did Sean's first tour and the Ass video. And that's kind of like how everything got rolling. So I was speaking on a panel. There's a radio station in LA called KJLH, and I was speaking on a panel for them. It was like a women's empowerment panel. But I was there as a wardrobe stylist, and this was after I had started the blog. And after the panel was over, there was a line of women who wanted to speak to me, but they didn't want to talk to me about being a stylist. They wanted to speak to me about my blog and the things that I was talking about. And one woman in particular told me that she dropped out of school and enrolled in makeup school to be a makeup artist because she read my story. And that was the moment that I realized, oh, I'm actually like changing people's lives. I need to be, this is what I'm supposed to be doing. And the feeling was different. It felt different than putting a celebrity in some cool shit. So I feel my narrative is that I'm a real person. I think that we're so bombarded on the internet with clips of what is real, but that's not really real. And so I try to approach life in a holistic way. You know, I show my audience when I have bad days, when I have really good days. when I'm grateful, when I'm struggling. And I think that is sort of what sets me apart from other people that do what I do. I actually had a girl DM me the other day and was like, you know, I've never seen another influencer or blogger give gratitude for getting free things. I literally follow so many of you guys that I've never seen anyone but you give gratitude. And that just speaks to who I am. All of this could be taken away. I could not have anything tomorrow. I have been at a place in life where I had nothing. And so who am I to not give thanks? You know what I mean? I feel like the root to abundance is gratitude. And so here I am. I think that this is gonna sound really harsh, but the root of the word influencer is influence. And all of us don't have influence, and that's okay. The world is about balance. There are leaders and there are followers. And I hate to be the person to say this, but it's just the truth. And so I think being an influencer starts with, do you have influence in your life? Do your friends, do your family come to you with questions about one subject? And if so, the answer is yes, then start there. Like if you're the go-to person about makeup or about hair or about food, then you have influence. It may be a small influence, but that is a building block. Start there. If not, you know, try to think of something that you're passionate about. What could you spend hours talking about and never get bored of? And I think that is another place to start if you don't naturally already have that influence, because you can build the influence, but it helps to start with it already. The only advice that I ever give anyone about anything is that you can't fuck up your destiny. Whatever is meant for you is gonna be for you, no matter what wrong or right turn you take, no matter what decision you make. If it's meant to be for you, whatever it is, it will be.
Shouts out to ArtBae. Shouts out to ArtBae. The other girls don't understand the things I do. They don't understand the dreams I pursue.
It felt different than putting a celebrity in some cool shit. Can I say shit?
Yeah, say whatever.